Come on, Poo Turtle, time for a drive.
Right, Ben, we're going to whiz down the road and just try and demonstrate the wibbly wobbliness of the handling on this thing. Now, we've also got to make sure that your seatbelt doesn't rub on your mic. Okay, we're off.
Ooh, I could show you a little off-road loop if you want.
I need a straight road, so we'll head towards Mangakino. You can feel it wobbling already, actually. It's very wibbly wobbly, this truck. It's quite lurchy. So it's a 60 speed limit down here. There we go. So if
you let go, what happens?
Well, it's very hard to, without you driving it, it's very hard. We'll get up to a bit more speed and it becomes a lot more apparent with speed and power. Come on, little truck.
Turbo with anti-lag and a straight pipe.
It doesn't. It needs handling. It doesn't need any more power. It's quite for the handling. It's more. It's almost got too much power. Man, it's not as powerful as I almost saw in Silverdale.
That was hilarious.
Whoa, that was fast. I just like the way the guy sat it on its rev limiter at the traffic lights.
Yeah, and then just launched. It's just twisted and leaned.
Stay. Thank you.
Oh, I tell them to move with my ute. Like, go on.
It's all yours, sir.
If you're brave.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Okay, accelerate. Okay. 80. Okay, so hopefully at 100, we don't normally drive at 100 k's an hour because it's a bit deadly. You feel that wobble? Well, it's not wobble, it's just the wander.
Yeah. He's just not stable on the road. It's sort of his hunting everywhere.
It hunts. That's exactly the word. And we've got some very solid power poles. So I'm a bit conscious about those. I don't want to go any faster than this. I'll go for fifth.
Surely you'd never go faster than 100. That's the speed limit.
Exactly. But it is quite... Oh, we've got a car behind us. It is quite unnerving after a long... You're constantly, as a driver... You're spending your entire time trying to correct the deviations.
Yes.
You know? Right. It's not a judder through the It's not a judder through the steering. It's not a It's nothing like that. It's not wheel balance. It's a wander.
Yeah.
You see, you felt it there.
Yep.
And it does it quite a lot if there's irrigations in the road as well. That's probably the tyres causing the track.
That's probably tyre tread.
But it feels like there's play in all the ball joints.
Yeah, which obviously isn't because it's new.
Which there isn't, because they're all brand new. But I believe it's the caster that's incorrect.
Yeah, well that would tally with lifting it.
So what's happened is by lifting it up, the axle has rolled on its mounts.
Yep.
And it's dramatically changed the caster. So now it's not really trailing much. So the point of contact is almost directly below the line of the kingpins.
Yeah.
So you know when you get a supermarket trolley that somebody's obviously driven over a bit and the wheel just chatters all the time like that.
Yes.
That's what it feels like. Now, I also remember when I was towing the trailer on the monkey bike trip, it didn't feel like this. And then I remembered that the back of the Jeep, because it was so heavily loaded and there was so much hitch weight off the trailer, off the Ultimate Adventure trailer that we built, the back of the Jeep tilted down, which of course rolled the axle. And the line of the kingpins was then forward, as you imagine it on the plate. I'll do a drawing back at the workshop.
Yeah.
But the top and bottom kingpin, the angle changed as the vehicle pitches, because she was pointing pretty high up at the front.
Yeah.
So there was quite a distinct change in angle of the kingpins, which meant that the tyre was in contact with the road quite far back from the swivel point of the hub on the kingpins, right, the pivot point, and that basically has changed the caster so that now, because you want the contact point of the tyre to be behind the line that's your pivot.
Yeah.
And the nearer it gets to the line that's your pivot, the vertical line, or thereabouts, the less stable the steering is, the more twitchy it is.
Yeah.
You know? And as with your supermarket trolley, that's when it's almost... And if it's forward of that point, it's horrific. Because it's always trying to go left or go right and get behind the pivot point.
Yeah.
But I'll do a little diagram to try and explain it. But yes, it's actually quite bad. As you can see, I've already dropped my speed down to 90 because I just don't feel comfortable going 100 k's an hour in it. Right, we'll turn off into Mangakino. Steaming up in here. Do you want to sort the heater out? Oh, she's got it on hot. What the hell?
Exit.
Give us some fan. Turn the fan on. Yeah. Oh, that's better. Ooh. But other than that, it goes really well. It's just the fact that when we did the lift kit, they didn't include, without my knowledge, and I didn't even know we needed it, this kit that was being given.
Weird, because there's nothing in the instructions about it either.
No.
The non-existent instructions.
Well, that's right, and it seems that the instructions are only specific to the kit that they represent, the part.
Yeah.
You know, the part of the overall kit. So if you don't buy all the bits, you don't even get to see the instructions of how to fit those bits because you haven't got the bits.
Yeah.
Which is really weird. Oh, that's better.
It's got a really good aircon.
It's got very good air conditioning. Yeah, it's lovely and cool in here.
Yeah.
Whilst Mummy was riding the monkey bike in the sweltering heat.
You know, that's a luxury I haven't got used to yet.
Aircon.
Because I don't have it.
No, but once you have it, you never want to go back.
Yeah.
It's great. But yeah, I mean, as you can see, you can feel it, can't you? Where it's doing this all the time. It's dancing across the road. So it just jerked left then, and I had to correct it. You know, some might say, oh, it's bump steer and all this kind of stuff, but obviously there are other factors as well. Yes, we've fitted a lift kit, we've made the vehicle a bit wider on the rims, it's got bigger, chunkier balloon tyres on it, so all these things have a factor and affect the handling, but the one thing that changed by not having the trailer on is the vehicle got its normal ride height back, and that changed the caster.
You know, I'm wondering if these would be like an offset bush in the hockey stick, aren't they?
Yes, that's right, they are. Yeah.
I'm wondering if the Patron ever had those fitted.
I don't know.
I don't think it did.
I don't think the Fun Bus ever got them fitted. And that wasn't the world's greatest at handling either. But maybe those bigger trucks, you know, maybe it's not as radical. I mean, don't forget, we fitted heavy duty springs to the front and normal duty springs to the back, and that's with the plan of having the winch and the bull bar on to compensate for that extra weight, which is what you're supposed to do. But we haven't got it on yet, which means it's sat higher than it normally would be at the front anyway.
That's true.
So again, that's an effect, isn't it?
Yeah. When are we doing winch and bull bar on this?
Well, I can afford $8,000 for a winch bar and a winch, is what I've been quoted, so that's not going to happen.
Why don't we make a bull bar?
Well, I could do. I did think, because I'd like to have a Warn 8274,
It's one of the old ones.
which is the Charlie truck winch.
Yeah.
I'd like to have one of those on it, because they're a classic winch.
Do it.
£12,000 pull, I think they are.
Get one of them and make a bull bar.
And then make a bull bar to suit.
Yeah. It'll be cheaper. It'll be more unique.
It'd be a lot cheaper.
And to be honest, probably stronger.
Well, I can guarantee it'll be heavier.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm quite good at making things heavy.
Yeah.
So we're going to head back to the workshop, assuming we make it, and it's going to rain, and we have this kit, this Castor realignment kit, it's called, from Old Man Emu, which I believe involves taking the hockey sticks off, and we've got to press it. We've got to get the old bushes out, which should be quite easy, and then we're going to press the new bushes in. But we've got to get them in exactly the right position, and I believe it comes with a template.
They'll be clocked, so to speak.
Exactly, they are clocked. Yeah, we've got to make sure that they're bang on, and it's probably going to need a wheel alignment afterwards anyway.
Yeah.
So
Again,
another one. Yes. But no, it's not very nice to drive anymore. It's, you know, you feel it then. Just doing that.
You can't relax. You're always focused on
You
keeping it
can't
straight.
relax. And then we have that secondary issue where every now and again, and as Mr. Clarkson would say, and light will illuminate on the dash, and it feels like one of the brakes is being applied by the stability control, because this car has a little camera up here, and if you deviate too near to the white line, it gets very upset, and it tries to, because it thinks it's a mistake. I don't know if I can do it on this one. See if I can do it here. Look, I'm never going fast enough.
I was going to say, does it only do it if it's a quick reaction?
It's weird.
Random...
Where it tries to intervene and apply the opposite brake to pull you back into line, into the correct place on the road.
Yeah.
Now, whether it's that cutting in and cutting out, I don't know, but it almost felt like the tyre was catching on the arch. That's what we first thought it was.
But there's no scrub marks anywhere.
There's no scrub marks whatsoever, and there's heaps of clearance.
Yeah.
The nearest point is the front of the tyre onto the bumper, actually, which will be gone when we put the bull bar on anyway. But even then, you can still get your finger through the gap, so I don't think that's the issue.
Do you want to see the off-road loop?
Yes.
Got it. Left.
Almost too fast. Okay, let's go to the off-road loop. Well, while we've got the camera on board, what the hell, eh?
Yep. Follow to the left.
How severe is it?
It's not bad.
Is it rollable?
If you were to really catastrophically get it wrong, yes. You'd have to do something really daft. But yes. There's a left. See on the road sign, there's a left?
Yes.
We're taking that left.
I saw you pop down there this morning in your newness and patrol.
Yes.
What a machine that is.
Yes.
Okay.
And then left on that gravel there.
Oh, okay. I had so much fun driving this down New Zealand, you know.
Bet you did.
It was unbelievably good.
Do you want to do an ascent or a descent?
I'd like to do an ascent, please.
Okay, so take the right fork.
Down here.
Slower, right. And there's a big, well, there used to be a big hole at the bottom of this,
Oh, okay.
but it's dried up now because it's summer.
Is this the ascent?
Yes, this is the start of it.
Is it okay in two-wheel drive or four-wheel drive?
Yeah, you're probably right too.
Come on then. Come on, Pooh Turtle.
You got to bear left at every opportunity. All the rights are dead ends.
Oh, it's scratchy.
Only a little bit.
Oh, sorry, Pooh Turtle.
And then hard left.
Hard left up there.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely low box. Hang on then. Okay, here we go.
The Patrol suspension made lots of clunks going over this.
I bet it did. I like the way that they put a picnic table for those. Well done, Pooh Turtle.
Hey.
What a machine! Is that it?
That's it.
Okay.
I thought it was a little loop.
I like that. I think we should maybe do a downhill as well. Let me just do a Yui. Not hit the table. Oh, it's got graffiti on the table.
Yes. You know, I've taken the courier down this.
I imagine you will have done, actually. Okay, I know the people in the back can't see how severe this gully is, but it's quite deep.
It is pretty good. I think we lifted the passenger side rear.
Yes. Oh, why not? Okay, so back into two-wheel drive. Thank you. And we better go backwards a little bit and get rid of the hubs. Oh, I don't want to go down there again. Is it more open the other way?
Yes.
All right, let's go back up again then. Thank you.
So where it's all gullied out there, that used to be the track?
Oh, people have been going round.
Yeah.
See if we can get stuck. Oh no. Two turtles too good. Okay.
Was that 4-low or 2?
No, that's fine.
No.
I won't get up in two-wheel drive.
Patrol did.
The Troll's better. Okay. So it's actually a deliberate off-roading track
Pretty much.
with picnic table.
Yeah.
Wow. It's impressive. I mean,
It's a good little test loop.
this little truck, and don't forget it had a 1-ton trailer on the back, went amazingly well off-road. I mean, obviously it had a very professional driver driving
yes,
it,
yes.
but it did some amazing stuff. And people that we saw going the other way in other four-wheel drives that obviously didn't have trailers on, when they noticed there was a trailer on the back and they realised we hadn't got a winch on the vehicle and we were all on our own, they then looked as if we were completely mental.
Yes.
Now, how are we doing away? All right, clear?
Clear.
Hey, it's good your mummy's not in the car, isn't it?
Tip telling you off.
She'll be very upset. Very, very upset. Okay, how are we doing your way?
Clear. Which, that was something I noticed leaving there in the patrol. I can't see out that side.
Oh no!
At that angle, it's just wall.
You'll have to get a cheap camera. A little thingy.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, you lose that, don't you, with that C post, or B post, whatever it is, B post, isn't it?
Clear.
Okay. Right, back to the workshop. Let's fix this Jeep.
Yep.
Jeep, not Jeep.
Yeah. Mini Jeep.
Mini Jeep. Used.
You don't paint something without working.
Honestly. Right, we're back. Welcome to the Andy Mechanic Workshop, because we've not done that bit yet. So, Ben, thanks for coming down. Really appreciate it, again. Ben, if you remember rightly, gave me a hand doing part 1 and part 2 of the Old Man Emu lift kit install on the Gen 4 Jimny, which is this one, called Poo Turtle. It has a name now.
Bootle.
No, it's Poo Turtle. It's on the keyring, Poo Turtle. In fact, look here. Let's embed that in the video.
Do you actually spell it Poo Turtle?
It's Poo Turtle, spelt P-O-O, turtle. Poo because it handles like a piece of poo, and turtle because it's slow because the handling's so bad. It was actually quite a nice little Jeep before we put the lift kit on, to be fair. But it did the trick. It survived the epic adventure across the whole of New Zealand, from all the way to the top, all the way down to the bottom. And for that entire trip, we had the ultimate adventure trailer that we built, again, videos on the channel, on the back. And that trailer had its wheels very, very far back, didn't it? And when especially when it had the monkey bike on the trailer for going up to Kaitaia, there was a lot of hitch weight, a hell of a lot of hitch weight, and the poor little Jeep was sat quite low down at the back end. I'll see if I can find a photo of it and we'll stick it in this video for you. And the front end was really high up. It was actually unnervingly weird, but it didn't seem to have the same handling problem that it has now when the trailer's not on. Now the ride height is about the same front to rear, isn't it?
Yeah,
it almost sits about level. So that sort of got me thinking, and you know, Mrs. Mechanic was complaining that it wanders around the road, it doesn't handle very nice, and it's like, well, yeah, it's at the bottom of my list, I'll get around to fixing it at some point. And then I called in to the ARB off-road accessories importers, the head office, which just happens to be in East Tamaki in Auckland. And I went there to get some tree strops and bits and pieces for a video that I was putting together. And I got talking to the lads there. Not that I realised that they did the Old Man Emu stuff at that particular site, but I mentioned the problems we were having, and he says, "Oh, how did you fit the Castor kit?" The Castor kit? No, I asked for the whole kit. I said it was a place in Cambridge that's a 4x4 Solutions, we'll call it, I think. They supplied me everything that they said that I needed to fit this lift kit to this particular Jeep, but there was no Castor kit supplied in the kit, so to speak. He says, "Oh, you need a Castor realignment kit." Cool. Okay, well, I'll order one. No, I've got one here. So he wandered out the back, came back, and here we have the Castor alignment kit. So the part number is OME CA 001. There's your part number. And so Old Man Emu CA for Castor 001. Suzuki Jimny Castor kit. And inside we have 4 very large bushes. And if you notice, the hole through the middle of the bush, it's not in the centre, it's offset, which means we can dial in and change the caster. Now obviously the vehicle will have to go for a new wheel alignment after we've done this. There's 4 of these, by the way. And there's also some high performance bushing lubricant, very nice. And the good news is, unlike some of the Old Man Emu equipment, and I did check before I paid for it, it does come with, wait for it, some instructions, which is really good, because without instructions, we wouldn't know what to do. We wouldn't know what position to dial those bushes in, would we? To clock them into place. As very good word actually, Ben, clocking, I like that. So, just tearing that off, we've got an template. Sorry, Ben, I just blocked you out completely. An template, which tells us the location and clocking of each of those bushes. We've got the fitting instructions, which we're going to run through step by step. And we've also got some diagrams, some photo-y diagrammy things as well. So lots of information to go through. Templates, yes. Oh, I see. Okay, well, we need to make a start. So it says on here, Benjamin, are you ready? It says, this kit, well, hang on, I'll start at the beginning. Fitting instructions. Suzuki Jimny, radius arm to diff mount, bushing, caster, increase. This kit is designed to provide an increase in caster of approximately 2.5 degrees for the front axle. Well, that's good news because it goes on the front. That's the first clue, isn't it? Got to cover all the angles, right? This kit will be required if the vehicle has been raised from its original height. No shit. Wheel align the vehicle before the job is started and note the caster settings. Ain't got time for that. It has had a wheel alignment done just after we fitted the lift kit. However, they opted not to record the caster on the sheet that they gave us, so that was completely pointless. If they had, they'd probably come back and gone, "Ooh, there's something wrong with the caster. You need to sort that out before you go on your epic journey, Mr. Young." Wheel alignment important. Only one radius arm should be removed from the vehicle at any time, and this step should be performed with the vehicle on the ground or on a 4-poster hoist, so we don't jack it up.
I suppose things would move if you had it jacked up.
Yeah, we do it. Oh, that'd be interesting. Taking a hockey stick. Sorry, we call them hockey sticks in England. That's the, well, you'll see it later on. The thing we have to take off and change the bushes on. Use a bottle jack or similar to stop the diff from twisting and remove the arm from the vehicle.
A diff to mean the whole axle tube.
Yeah, it does. Stop the axle from twisting, move the arm from the vehicle. Well, it shouldn't really twist as long as we're keeping one hockey stick in place. Should it really? Press out the original bushings from the arm and discard. Well, I'm not going to discard them. I'm going to save those because, you know, I've not done much work. Deburr the housing as necessary. Lay the arm over the 1-to-1 template supplied, and time clock the bushes into the arm housing so they align with the centre marks on the sheet, figure 1. So we'll be doing that very shortly. Okay, we'll cover the rest of the instructions a bit later on, but I want to explain to you very quickly with a diagram what I believe has happened to the caster on this vehicle as it currently stands with the lift kit and doesn't have the caster realignment kit fitted. So, time for a diagram. So, very quick and dirty drawing. There's a lot of information this online, but I wanted to cover it in the video because I think it's important. So, the steering is done on the Suzuki Jimny and many four-wheel drives, proper four-wheel drives, with what we call kingpin bearings. And if we have a kingpin bearing there, and we have, let's say, another kingpin bearing here, and I'm drawing this offset slightly, I'm not stood in front of it, so forgive me. So we've got the line of the steering, if we run through the center point of those two bearings, so we draw absolute vertical going through the lower bearing. You can see this is the black line is the steering angle, the caster, and this is vertical, is V, and the tyre itself, I've run out of colours now, but the tyre itself, if I just draw that in there, there's the tyre and there's the ground. You can see here that the tyre contact patch, that's this point here, is behind the angle of the caster angle on the vehicle, which means that the tyre trails, and that's good for stability. Now, if you can imagine, the axle, because we've lifted the vehicle, that axle has effectively come down like that. It's twisted in motion. So this angle now, that would cause this bearing here, this kingpin, to go that way, and this kingpin to go that way as the axle itself sort of rotates. Only by a few degrees, but what that will do is it will reduce, it'll bring that line, if I just draw it back in again. Now I don't know whether it's gone into a negative caster, whether it's actually gone way over the vertical, beyond the vertical, or whether it's somewhere in here. I imagine it's somewhere in here, like that. So now the distance between absolute vertical, which is red, and where the caster line is through the two kingpins with the lift kit on but not the caster realignment kit, is very, very close, and that's why the vehicle is wandering around the road. Not ideal. Okay, Ben, that's my crappy drawing done. Hopefully that's explained the caster, and basically, you know, as we've lifted the vehicle up, it's caused the axle, I'll show you down the vehicle in a minute, but it's caused the axle to roll slightly more, and it's reduced that distance. It may have even thrown it into negative caster, I don't know, and I haven't got the tools here to test that. We're just going to fit the kit, take it for another test drive at the end, and see if it's any better. That's the plan. Okay, Ben, now we're not allowed to jack the vehicle up, so we just need to straighten the steering up, and do you want to have a clamber underneath and see what socket sizes we need and get the impact wrench ready?
Yep.
Cool. It's nice having Ben back in the workshop. Saves me grovelling around quite so much. And the press is completely blocked by the sandblasting cabinet and an air compressor and toolboxes, so it's going to get a bit tight in this workshop. Okay, what do you need?
I think 17 on the impact and the 17 spanner, or it could be 19 and 17 combo.
Well, I'll give you a 19 and a 17 spanner first off then. Boom, 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 boom. There you go.
Okay.
And what do you want? A 19 and a 17 socket?
Okay, the nut is a 17.
Hang on then.
Oh.
Bear with me, caller. One of them. Oh, he's running out of hands.
Yeah, the bolt's 17, so just a 17 on the...
Just a 17 on the impact.
19.
Okay.
That's the front one, the 19.
I don't know.
No. 17 as well.
Right, bear with me while I put this together for you because I'm running out of hands.
Shock is 17. It's 17 for everything.
17 for everything, right. Yeah. Okay, there's your impact. So Ben, what do we have to undo?
We're undoing this bolt.
Yep.
Those two,
Yep.
which are captive by the looks of it.
Yeah.
They come out from the outside of the vehicle.
Yeah.
And then the lower shock bolt to get to that bolt.
Right. So how about lower shock bolt first then?
You could do that.
I do that first, and then we'll see how much movement we've got on that to get it out of the way.
Could you grab me another 17 spanner then?
Another 17 spanner coming up. And what is it? It's 17, aren't they?
Yeah, we're all 17s. One bolt that I must lose forever. Oh, really? I should just be able to get the bolt out, but because of that plastic sleeve on the top of the shock, it hits part of the chassis, so you can't actually move it that much out the way.
Right, that's got a 17 as well in case you need it.
Okay.
Yeah, I've never taken a hockey stick off like this before.
That's what the instructions say.
I'm just looking around for all the... It made some really bad noises going through the river crossings and all the rocks and stuff.
I don't see any big dents on there.
I don't. I'm absolutely amazed. I mean, they've put the... One of the most worrying factors is they've put the brake pipes running right across the front of the axle.
Why not put them on the back or on top?
I know. It's on top's the best place, really, isn't it? I mean, that's just like asking for trouble, isn't it, really?
I wonder if maybe... No, because it has gone top there. I was thinking...
And that's your wheel speed sensor wire there, like you see, for the front left, which is also incredibly vulnerable.
I wonder if you're going to make a cover for those at some point then.
I'll reroute them, put them somewhere a bit safer.
One bolt.
Jeez. A bit of a worry. To be fair, this is the first time I've actually had a look underneath the vehicle, and there's a bit of rust developing, to be fair.
Well, other than we fitted the suspension.
Yeah. Yeah, on the hubs there's a bit of rust as well. I mean, it obviously doesn't help going on the beach with it when it's brand new.
Yeah. Oh wow, that coil's starting to go rusty too. Well, the paint started to flake off there. It's
Oh, really?
rusty.
Shit.
What year was this? 22?
Yeah, it is. So that's one bolt. Oh, you got the shock bolt out. You've got the front bolt of the hockey stick out.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just tempted to put the trolley jack under the chassis and put an axle stand, but just in case we have any droppage, so it doesn't crush you.
Right.
So I'll get on with doing that.
So I won't take that bolt all the way out yet then, if you're worried about that. And I will move to this bolt.
I just want to be sure. There's a lot of paperwork involved in that thing. It's crushed.
Did that actually stop the front from dropping back there?
I'm going to put the axle stand Yeah, your head was in the way.
Okay.
Yeah, it will. Can't drop that far. You're not there yet, hang on.
Health and safety.
Well, shit, if you got crushed to death on the same day you bought this on the truck.
It'd also be ironic to get killed by a Suzuki after supplying in this end.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. What's left?
All wiggling bolts out.
You've done the rear one as well, have you? Oh, look at that. Okay. You manage?
Hot exhaust.
Yeah. We did go rallying. Right, don't mix the bolts up.
Well, they're the same length.
Are they?
Yep.
Are you sure?
Yep. I bet you $1 million.
Holy crap, that's light. Good job, son. It didn't take long to get off, did it, really? 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Done.
Really
And it
quick.
is so light, it's unreal. Jeez. Okay, so this one, that is forwards. And this is the left-hand one. I like labelling things up because then it goes up on the hoist. I like what's
Yeah, I think you got one from a scrapyard.
He does, he does. Okay, so we have to press those out, but before we do that, let's have a little look on the diagrams. That's just confusing. Where's the other one? Okay. 1-to-1 templates. Okay, so with that way around, so that is now forwards, just to annoy people even more. That gives us the template, doesn't it?
It does.
So hopefully we can transfer that across accurately. Right, Ben, let's put the template to one side for now. First job, let's stay focused. We've got to get the old two bushes out. I'm going to press those out without breaking the casting.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, Poo Turtle is stuck in the workshop for a very long time. Not ideal. Okay, we've got sandblasting cabinet to sort of shuffle across, air compressor to move, and then we should be good to go. Okie dokie, hopefully we can find something that's going to work. So, bush side. God, they feel really weird. Ben, the outer part of this replacement bush
Is it plastic?
is plastic. It's not steel. What the hell?
Accountants. They were involved.
That is incredible. It's just, no, it's going to press in real easy, isn't it?
You know, it's starting to make me feel like it's a bicycle press fit bottom bracket.
Holy moly. Okay, so to press that one out should be the same diameter as this. So see if we can find a socket that's going to be about, I reckon that'll be about right for that one. That's our upper socket. And then we need a really big ass socket to clear the whole thing. Not that one. And not that one. Right, Ben, I've got this bit of tube, but I think it's going to be a little bit on the big side. Obviously, we can cut a length off there, can't we? To use to press into. Let's try it first off, just with the edge of the hockey stick resting on the two steel plates, and that's our socket to push it through, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay, let's give that a go. See what happens. Fingers crossed, it might work. Right, Ben. That should sit in there. If you keep that upright, sorry, horizontal. Let's see how we get on with that. There's our socket. We're about central, aren't we? I still can't get over the fact that the bushes, the new ones, are plastic.
Feels like a lot of pressure.
It does, doesn't it? Okay, quick scan around. Oh, I think we're just catching the side there. Where did I put the bar?
It's in there.
Cool. Okay. Okay, visor down. It's pivoting, isn't it? You see it move. Alright, let's just take it out for a second. I just want to double check something.
Is your socket just a smidgen too big?
Too big. Let's try that one. Okay. That feels happier, to be fair.
You check I've got the stick in there, okay.
I think you have. Right, ready?
Yeah. Nope.
Whoa! 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 What the hell's going on?
I think the whole stick and socket needs to go back just a smidgen.
Bear with me. Half the problem is the socket's not flat on the top. It causes it to pivot sometimes. I think we're moving. Right, I'm just going to pull it out and just realign now that we've made a start. It didn't look over straight, did it?
No.
And it was working, don't get me wrong. And the good news is that the socket is still, it's free. And the good news is we're aligned at the bottom as well, aren't we? So we're good there. We're good there. We're good there. We're good to go. I think that's just the way it's going to be. Maybe we want to come slightly nearer this way. That might be the problem. It's always very fiddly with presses.
Yeah.
And it's no fun when they go flying across the workshop. All the shrapnel.
No, thankfully I've never had that happen yet.
Haven't you?
No.
You missed out. There we go. I think we're better now. That looks better, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Right, I'll catch the bush. And the socket. There's nothing worse than using a socket that ends up being too tight. Ends up you pressing the socket. Hooray! I got 1 out of 2. It's just getting them started is the hardest bit, isn't it? Getting everything sort of...
And you want to get like 2 mil deep, you're fine.
Visor down. Ben, it's coming. Do you reckon I can catch both of them this time?
No.
It's almost impossible to catch both. Wait, I did!
Wow.
Bloody good. Right, Ben, to the bench. I'm thinking of the best way of doing this to be accurate, because we have to be as accurate as possible. We're playing around with the steering geometry of a vehicle here, and a very expensive vehicle for that matter. So, one way of doing this is to pop that over the template, align everything, and that's approximately aligned, and then sight the bush and try and look through the hole and clock it to be lined up down there. But I don't think that's accurate enough. to be fair. Also to note, these bushes, they've got a chamfer on one side and no chamfer on the other, so that is the way in. It has to go in that way, and that's why they're giving you a chamfer to help get it started, you see. So what I think we'll do is, they have given us a vertical line on both bushes, and they've also told us it's 148 millimeters between the two centers, which will help us to clock it again as I could check. So if now I can put the bush directly onto the paper and look down the hole, and then I can mark on the bush where that line is, and we can mark the line on the steel on the arm, and then it should all be reasonably accurate. Yeah. Okay, so this bush is, in fact, hang on, it needs to be it needs to be that way, because we're going to be pressing it in that way.
Don't get tripped up.
And I'm just going to, so I'm looking down the hole and I'm lining it up with, on this one here, with the circle for the hole, and then I'm making sure that we're about right on the casting as well. Make sure we're central to the casting. Just double check, which we are. I'm going to hold that, and then I'm going to put a score line here in the plastic in alignment with that one. And then I'm going to get my square and just extend that line all the way across the bush. How's that? So just to double check, that looks about as good as we're going to get, Ben, to be fair. So let's label this one up as bush A. Right, A. And this is A. And this is B. So this will be bush B. We only want to do this once, right? We don't want to be pressing them in and pressing them out again. That would be really, really,
Especially
really
not
bad.
on the plastic.
Especially when they're not on the plastic. So we're going to get one shot. It's a one-shot deal, son. So, are we on camera for the second one? We are. Excellent. So I'm going to do exactly the same thing with the second one. I can't think of any other way of getting this any more accurate, to be fair. So now I'm looking down the bush to make sure we're lined up on the outside as well, which we are. So now I'm going to hold the bush. I'm going to mark that line again. I'm going to get my square and extend that line all the way across the bush so it's really obvious where it is. There we go. And that bush, oh, I did it the right way up as well. That bush has to go in that way. Okay, I think that's the two bushes done. Now, the next job is to get the hockey stick, as we like to call it, and to line that up with the drawing. There we go, I think we're about there. I'll show you people, but if you come around that side, Ben, just hold that for me to keep it so from tipping, because it wants to tip all the time. You got it? Right. So if you look around here, we've got circles around the drawing, and I've aligned that with the hole on both. And the next job, it's a very simple little task, is also to mark on the hockey stick where that vertical line is. This is the, without doing this bit, everything we've done is pointless. Right, Ben, if you rotate that vertical, the next job now is to extend these lines as well to give us a reference point. If this casting breaks now on my line, I'll know you can't score. So this is the line that I've just scored with the scriber across here. This is bush A, which is the forwardmost bush, I've called it. And you can see the line on the bush as well. So all we're going to do now is line that up like that. So the two lines are lined up, and then press it in. And we should be about right, shouldn't we? At that, I think. You know, sometimes you do a really good piece to camera, and then you realise it's not recording. So, Ben, in the assortment kit, it came with some high-performance bushing lubricant. And in the instructions, there is no mention whatsoever of the bushing lubricant. However, upon further inspection, it does give us some tiny information on the back of the sachet. So, directions for use. Use the grease supplied and apply to the bushing surfaces designed to pivot, e.g. the flange faces and internal bores. I mean, first of all, the idea of the bolt that goes through this is to stop any kind of movement between this surface here and the bracket that it's bolted into. You don't want this moving around because it's going to wear the bracket, right?
Yeah.
That's the whole idea of this metallastic bush here, the rubberized bit. That's what flexes and gives. You don't want the metal center moving at all. But anyway, they go on to say, do not grease the pressed fit surfaces, e.g. the outer shell. So under no circumstances put any grease on this plastic surface. On the original bushes, just for reference, it's steel. These are plastic. What is the world coming to, Benjamin? Absolutely horrific. It really is. I mean, I don't know. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Also, the outside surface of the bushing. The outside. So don't put any on the rubber bits, I think is what it means. Do not mix with other greases and do not substitute for rubber grease. Warning. Keep out of the reach of children. Do not ingest or apply to your eyes or skin. We need to wear gloves when we're putting it on, Ben. Should we choose to use it? Anyway. Okay, I reckon these are going to press in real easy given the fact they're made out of plastic. So, we need A and B. There you go. You grab those. I'll see you over at the press. Right, Ben, what have you got?
Hey.
Bush A, and we've got the taper side down. Entry of... Right, if you hold it there, I'll go back up with the press a bit.
Yeah.
Boom. I thought the way that we scored it up to mark everything was superior to what was actually in the instructions. So
We just need to be on a flat surface now, don't we?
We do to start off with, yes. But we are going to protrude through at some point, aren't we?
It'll be a lot easier to start.
It will be a lot easier to start on a flat surface, and we also don't need that bit of metal anymore. So, there is the line. Just, can you go that way a bit so we can see? There we are, that's it, that's better. Just so we can see both lines on the camera for the viewers. So we've got, in fact, you can see the line better than I can up there. So we've got the line on the hockey stick and the line on the bush. And we're about there. So we need Mr. Socket again, don't we? Wherever he's gone.
I don't know if you can call it a he these days.
It's my socket, I'll call it what I want. Oh, that was good. Right, okay, we're lined up again now. Oh, we're going to need that thingy now, aren't we? That steel plate
Yep.
as well, because it's going
Need
to...
more height.
We need more height.
Just enough.
Height, right. Okay. Steel plate is there. These are good little plates, these actually. I like these plates. Very useful. Okay, we've got a lot going on at the moment. And it could all fall down quickly. So, we only get one shot. For some reason, we're off a bit, aren't we? Can you come down? There we are, Ben. That's it. That's what it was. Okay, clocking the bush. It's going to be a new phrase, is that, hasn't it? Clocking the bush. All that's doing is splaying the top.
Yeah, that's right, it got fatter.
It did get fatter, so I don't like that at all. That is really, really bad. That could significantly damage the bush, couldn't it?
Yeah.
So, we need to come up with a cunning plan
Like a flat piece of steel.
with a hole in the middle.
Yeah.
How's this for luck? I don't know why I kept this, and I can't remember why I even made it, to be fair. So if we use that,
I'm guessing you needed the steel that you've drilled out of it.
and I get that. Yes, I'm pretty sure I did. Right, and now we can come a long way down. Wow, honestly, being made of plastic, that's something I've never had before, where it splayed it open like that. Not ideal. Right, bear with us, people. Got a long way to go. Long way to go. Coming down full. I want to get one of those electric hydraulic presses, but I feel like it'd be quite dangerous with one of
I
those.
think you would, because with this at least you get a feel for the brake. And your body clock, or your body sort of goes, hang on a minute.
Yes, you're right, it's that self-preservation thing kicks in. You go, oh no, this doesn't feel right.
Instead of just pushing a button and going, should be right. Going in.
Yeah,
You still clocked.
yeah. Behind half bow though.
Ooh, yeah.
I don't like that at all. I just don't like it at all.
What else are you supposed to do?
I don't know. This is a bit of a twist in the story of Fitting the Bush, isn't it? Christ. Let's pull it out, Ben. I do not like this one bit. Because we've got 4 of these to get in without breaking any of them. Right, Ben, if you hold that there.
It'd be nice if in the kit they just gave you one spare one.
Yeah, but I mean, the plastic is so feeble. It's unbelievably crap. It really is. I just don't like it. And I need to press it. I need to press more at the back as well.
Let's try and straighten it out.
Try and straighten it out. Did you get the handle? Well, the good news is we've only got to film one of these. Sorry, camera.
Okay, it's starting to level out. There we go. Now
Okay,
you can reset.
I'm just going to reset now, yeah. Bloody hell, Gromit. It's quite nerve-wracking, is this? Because
You get one shot.
I just don't like the plastic. We're getting a bit of shaving coming out of airlock.
That's just spare material.
That's just ridiculous. I think when we do the next one, we'll make sure there's no... Wow, that's a lot. Right, I think we've hit the bottom. Man, that's just, I've never encountered anything like it. It's just mind-blowingly weird. Jesus. You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, you're holding that. Right, okay. Honestly, just to save a few bucks, is plastic really that much cheaper? You know, Old Man Emu gear is supposed to be the premium product for lift kits and stuff, and that just doesn't spell premium product to me. Sorry.
When I did all, obviously these aren't hockey stick ones, but when I did all the ones on my Ute for the rear leaf springs,
Yeah.
I used White Lightning. They were pretty good.
This is not ideal, people. It really isn't. I think we're fine without the masks for this bit.
Yeah, I don't think the plastic will explode. I think
No.
it'll just deform and squish.
Okay, so we've got a special tool now, which we can put in from the back. which is made from a different special tool, a DTI mount. So we noticed that it wasn't ideal. It was a bit of a compromise. Oh, there it is. Okay, Ben, so that goes, I couldn't find a piece of steel, so I just made it out of something else. Okay. Ready, Ben?
Mm-hmm.
I think we're there. Crash. Right. Plate. Modified plate. How does that look? That's better. I think we're there. I think we're there.
I think it could go a smidgen more.
I'll have to cut that bit off then if we're doing that. Right, back in a second. All right, Ben, let's go one more. See if we can get a little bit further through. It's not about 1/2 mil proud, I would say, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I have never had to do this to a bush before. It's ridiculous. Plastic. I mean, fair. I mean, do you get plastic bushes on bicycles? I suppose you do, don't you?
Yeah, but every mechanic I know hates it.
And you get plastic bushes on lawnmowers, right? That kind of shit.
Yeah.
But cars,
You know, there's even
maybe French cars. They like plastic in France.
headset cups.
Wow.
Yeah, and they're terrible. They creak, they groan, they crack.
Nobody wants plastic.
No.
You use steel. But it's not like there's much steel there.
And they use the clean green argument as well. Steel's recyclable.
Oh, that's better. That worked.
Yeah.
Okay,
Much better.
before we do the next one, I just want to get some memory cloth in there and just make sure we've got all this cleaned off, because I didn't like the way that this plastic burred up as it was going in. It has just rusted a little bit around the edges, so I'm just going to get rid of that before we try the next one, because with it being plastic, I think it's very susceptible to picking up on it. What the hell? Why have you got chicken? That's not on. Oh, cool. That's nice. Let me just finish this work, Ben, and I'll be across shortly. Okay, that's one. Go under there. I just still can't get my head around this plastic bush thing. But it's not Suzuki. So the Suzuki bushes are still steel, weren't they? They obviously realise they need to be steel for a reason. Right, I think we're there. And one more thing I forgot to mark, because you could get this wrong, is the bush went in from this side. So we need to put an arrow down there like that. Because if you were to put the bush in from the other side, I think you'd find it would be completely wrong. So, just to double check that theory, the bush goes in that way. That's the line for the clock. So if we were to put it in from, so the hole, hang on, I'm going to mark where the hole is. So approximately the hole is there. If we then flick it around and fit it from this side, like that, so believe me, the line's lined up, and we do that, is that in the same place? No, it's miles away, look. Over there and over there. So don't mix it up. Make sure you've got them going in from the correct side, as per the diagram. God, there's so many things you can get wrong with this. It's unbelievable. Okay. Right, Ben. Bush B for the left-hand one.
We're going to start on the flat again?
Yeah, we should do. It was easier that way, wasn't it? We'll just start on the flat. Need to go up a lot with the press. I like the noise it makes. I think it's a cool noise. Right. So we've got, just come around it that way. That's it. That works. Okay, we're going in correctly. We're lined up. That's excellent. And we've got the new special tool 37B, which needs to go in next. And obviously a normal piece of flat plate would be better, but I couldn't find any, so this is what we're using. Okay, let's see if this one's going to work a bit better, Ben. Because that first one was very hit and miss, wasn't it?
Yep.
Plastic bushes. That should be the title of the video, not like, you know, Castor realignment kit. It should just be plastic bushes, really. Probably get more views. Right then. Okay. I think we've still got to be very cautious with this kind of stuff.
Okay, it's definitely not straight.
It's definitely not straight, is it? It just gives so much. It's quite unnerving how much it gives. Right, we're going to come this way a bit. Let's see if we can encourage the back part to go down, press in.
There we go.
There we are. And I can't see any big bits of plastic coming out this time either. You know, peelings. Right,
Oh,
that's...
it's just starting to look up the arrow.
Is it? Okay, hang on then. Right,
I think that's more because it expands and deforms as you press it.
Yeah, I think it does get noticeably wider, doesn't it? Okay, so we need to, if you lift that up, and we can drop into there and carry on. Be a bit of a nightmare on your own doing this, I think. You definitely need to phone a friend for this one.
It would be fiddly.
Very
Not impossible,
fiddly.
but fiddly.
Right, I think we're there. That's went in a lot better than the first one. So we've definitely got to clean them out. Make sure there's no rust in there. Right, to the bench, Ben. See how that looks. Oh, that's pretty good. Flick it around the other way. See, we've still got that 1/2 mil. I can feel about 1/2 mil lip. Flick it back. Right, I'm going to get the Stanley knife out again, clean up all the little burr bits, and just give it one more go, yeah? Okay, you need to keep a Stanley knife now, whenever using plastic bushes, to remove all the little burrs and stuff before you can do the final pressing. And chop your fingers off. Absolutely unbelievable. I have never, ever had to do anything like this before when fitting a bush. Right, Ben, I think that's all of it. But yeah, there's definitely about 1/2 mil lip. So, we'll give it one more go and get it nice and flush. Okie dokie. This is it, Ben. It's got to be finished now. I like our tool.
Did you dye your hair?
They put a bit of copper in it when I was down in Christchurch. Get rid of the grey. Didn't you not notice?
Not until now.
I did it just to wind mummy up. Right, you ready?
Yeah.
I can edit that bit out, by the way. Right, you ready? Oh
There you
yes,
go.
that was it. That was the movement we needed. Right, Ben, let's have a little final inspection. That's really good, isn't it? And they went in from that side, so that's the burry side, so that's really good. Happy with that. Right, can you get me a steel ruler? I just want to measure it. It said 140, it's obviously too late now, I just want to see how close we got it. 148 between centres. Let's see if we can measure this up. Okay, so if we do it from, let's say, the far edge to this edge, that's an easier, more accurate way of measuring it, you see.
Yeah, you know, the eyeball in the middle.
You're not trying to find the middle. So, I thought I was way off for a second then. I was measuring it on this side. I was like, no, I can't be wrong. Okay, so we're on the edge of that one and the edge of that one, and it is absolutely bang on 148 millimeters. Phew. Right, Ben, get back in the truck.
Yeah, I need.
Oh, look at that. It's all laid out nice and neat as well. You're a pro, son. So you got to start and do the 2 axle ones first.
Yeah.
And it's the captives out of those 2.
Yeah.
Cool. This is really good. I quite like when you come down because you get to do all the hard work and I just get to do a bit of filming and make mistakes. Eat chicken. KFC, Ben. I mean, you brought KFC with you. I mean, it's just amazing. Is it quite clear, that stuff?
Yeah.
I can't even see it. So Ben's busy putting the grease on the bolts and bits and pieces.
On the shoulder, but not the threads.
On the shoulder, but not the threads, that's right. Looks like a silicone grease. Doesn't it? Do you want me to reach in and hold it for you when you put a bolt in? Oh, I can actually put a bolt. I can participate, actually.
You could put all that front bolt in, couldn't you?
Can't get the grease on my skin or I might die. Hang on, come down. I want to see where the other is. There he is. Right, that one's definitely in. It would be really bad if they didn't line up, would they? Because this is a critical point now, is that 148?
Where is... Look at the holes quite down the bottom. I wonder if we need to somehow rock the axle a bit. If I feel like I can't get the hockey stick high enough.
Oh, okay. So, well, we're not going to be able to rock the axle because it's still connected to the other hockey stick. So all we can do is jack the vehicle up a little bit.
Okay, jack it up.
Which you said not to do, but it's the only way, isn't it? Actually. Is that any better?
Yeah, a little bit more. A little bit more. A little more. Almost.
I mean, you're right, it is a bit weird doing one side at a time, isn't it? Normally I would take both of them off.
Well, yeah, because if you think about it, it ain't going to line up, is it?
Well,
Well, the one's bolted on.
No, it won't. It won't like that. So you've got the 2 bolts through the axle.
Almost.
Almost. Well, at least we got 148 right then.
Okay, you need to go up just a smidgen more.
Okay, I might have to push the wheel down a bit because it's going to come off the ground like here. Oh, there you go. How's that?
I can feel it starting to walk in. Okay.
Like a bubby. Does that help or not?
Yeah. Okay.
But I can go higher if you want.
No, no. Should be able to get it in there.
Just want to make sure that the threads catch properly, haven't we?
Yeah. Stop there.
Now we're gonna. I think what we should do is leave all the bolts loose,
Yes.
and then we'll lower it down onto its own weight, and then we'll tighten them up.
Yeah.
So you got that one in now.
Yeah, but not started on the threads.
Right. Okay. I wonder if I should just slacken off the other side now and take some of the stress off. So what size are they? 17s? Have you got another 17mm spanner? Right, and I'll go around and just crack those off whilst you work on that. Because I think it's a mechanical discrepancy to leave one on and try and fit the other, because essentially what you're trying to do is twist the axle, right?
Yeah.
That's a stupid idea.
Yeah, that one's definitely in, but not tight.
All right, that's cool. So see if you can get your. I'm going to take this front bolt clean out actually,
Yeah.
and then that would allow the axle to.
You shook us the grease sachet.
Sachet of grease. I think pressing the other bushes in will be dead easy now.
Oh, heavy.
Now we've got our special tool sorted out. I like the way that they're still using the same axle breathers as they did on the LJ80s and stuff.
I mean, why would they change it?
It's just the same. It just works. Right, so you got that one in, yeah?
Yeah.
Good lad. You're on fire. Now, do you need to leave the shock off for now?
No, I can put it back on. Oh, no, just to do it up, yeah. Yeah.
So you still need the access just to get to the bolt to tighten it?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
I think. I could probably get to it with an open end of a spanner.
Got a ring spanner, because you need a ring spanner to tighten it.
No.
No. Leave it off then. Right, so if they're all in, then you can start on doing the other ones now.
Yeah.
Are you swapping sides, or are you doing it from where you are?
I'll just slide across.
Chicken licking. Right, that's shock lower, right?
Yep.
I don't think there was any possibility of the vehicle dropping down.
No, not with the springs in place.
As long as one of the arms is in place, yeah. That's why they've done it, because if you took both arms out at the same time, the whole axle could rock.
It could go any way it wants.
Yeah. So they've just said that for safety, haven't they?
Yeah, if you had a way of supporting the vehicle and supporting the axle,
Yeah.
you can do both at once.
Yeah. I think this front one's all the way out. It just needs, it's off the threads, I think.
Yeah. Give it a good wiggle. Wiggle and pull.
Yeah. Have you decided what Top Gear we're going to watch tonight?
John.
John's cool. I like John.
Yeah, we're going to watch John.
Should build a John.
We should do a John, but not use fucking hand dryer engine.
You can't swear!
You can bleach it.
Did you get your bolt out?
No, it's stuck. I'm hoping I can take this one out and get this one.
Well, maybe if I lower the jack down a bit.
Yeah.
Because I reckon the whole thing's twisting. Okay, I'm taking the axle stand out. And I'm going to lower the vehicle now. Ready?
Okay. I only live once.
Coming down. Beep, beep, beep.
Yeah.
Okay, we're out. You don't need to bother. I don't need to bother, do it.
Nah.
I think that was a futile attempt at safety.
It might help putting it back in again, maybe, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Oh yeah, good call. I'll bring it on. I'm under quite a bit of stress on this side, actually.
I think it'll all get released when this rear bolt's out.
A ratchet right now would be really useful. It's obviously making quite a difference, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you want me to jack it up? Or are you just going to lift the Jeep up yourself? It actually, for my one, when it comes down, it lines up better.
Oh.
If we can get this one out, then you'll be laughing, won't you?
It's so close. There's like 4 threads on it.
Oh, is your end still threaded or not?
No, it's just the threads are catching on the way out.
Oh, okay. Well, why don't I just jack it up? Because I can do that from the front, right?
Or I just do this.
You're just winding it out. Okay. Oh, I see what you're doing, yeah. Don't let it drop you on your head. Right, you got the bar? Hockey stick? There we go. Right, give it a wiggle then.
We've still got to get that bolt out.
Oh, is that one still in?
Yeah. It's not done up tight.
Oh, no wonder mine was tight then.
It's quite hard to get to that one.
It is, isn't it?
I hold the shock back.
My arms ran out of arm length. Okay?
Yep.
Fantastic. Oh, mind the camera. It's so light. It's like Lego. It's so light. Go on then. Let's crack on, because, you know, I fancy a cider. Not your cider, though. Jesus. We're on to the second one. Can't wait. Right, let's get these bushes pressed out. You'll not need to follow us doing that because you've seen us do it already. And then we'll align the bushes for this one and press them in. See you shortly. We hit 148 millimeters between the two eyes again. That's a critical measurement. And they went in reasonably well. Hardest job actually was getting the original bushes out this time round on that right hand hockey stick. Ben's already under the Jeep slapping that one in. Let's go and see how he's getting on.
There we go.
Was that easy, was it?
Yeah. Careful. I think it's going in.
It is, it's coming to the side now. Excellent. Made all the difference to just jack it up a little bit more. Right, don't do it up. Put the back one in. Right, what do you want me to do?
This needs to go up, which means I think the car needs to come down.
What needs to go up? Yes, the car needs to, yeah, so I'm bring the car down a bit. Bloody hell, the anti-roll bar's way forward.
Yeah.
Yeah, be rubbing on the plastic.
Has it?
Holy crap. Yeah, if you have a look at the link rods, they're really far forward now.
Yeah.
Aren't they? Because it's rotated the axle, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So it's come down
Yep.
in a progressive manner.
Yeah. That didn't really help too much.
You gonna have it more?
No. Can you try and roll that wheel forward?
Yep.
There we go, there we go.
You're in?
Yep.
Good lad. Your nuts just here, look.
That's okay, I need to get it a little bit further through yet.
Okay. Are you using the ratchet hammer again?
Yeah.
Good. Every tool has a hammer side.
Okay, so I have to get the nut on.
Right, I'll start on the front ones. Yeah, and the jacks. Oh, I need to bring the jack down all the way. Hang on. And then it's on its own weight then, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll do grommets. Okay.
Yeah, the spanner in just a second.
Yeah, that's alright. I'm amazed there isn't more. There isn't. I can't see any damage down here
Yeah, it looks mint under there.
because I was driving it like a.
Do you want to admit that on camera? That Mumsy's going to say?
She was there.
Okay.
Yeah, going through the rivers was pretty dodgy. So you got to. We can go around with a cracking bar if you want at some point later on.
That was pretty tight enough. There weren't any tighter than that to undo.
Weren't they?
Nope.
Okay. You want that grease again? Put some grease on that if you want.
I'll put a bit on.
That one will be a bit of grease and dirt, I think, but it'll be alright.
That's fine.
Better than
Just
just
friction paste.
Yeah. Plastic bushes. I mean, come on, people, really?
Plastic bushes, plastic shock guard.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Old Man Emu is losing some credibility with me now.
And Suzuki, the plastic still guard.
That was purple.
Purple tape, yeah.
Yeah. It looks so weird when you see the bolt going through and you can see the centre of the bush. It just is way out of alignment where the bolt sticks out. It's just bizarre. So you can see here, look, the axle, with this being the front bush, the axle has gone up with respect to this. And at the back, the axle's come down, so it's actually brought the axle round, made the, say, the surface here back to being vertical again, wasn't it, Ben? Because it was all with the lift. This was now down, and the pinion for the diff was actually up. The whole axle had rolled, hadn't it, Ben?
I can't remember.
Yeah.
So we've probably improved the line for the prop shaft as well, man.
Yeah, everything, improved everything really. Right, so the rear one's tight.
Yeah.
The front one's tight.
Yeah.
The rear one of the front's tight. And the shock's tight.
Yeah.
So we're doing that side. Okay. Talk cheap.
You know, Mumsy's probably going to want us to change clothes before we go for a test drive.
Oh, really?
I reckon we'll just blow ourselves down with
I
it.
was going to say an airline blow down would be alright, wouldn't it? I can't wait to see how it drives. If it drives worse, I'm just going to give up mechanicking. Honey, can you come and get us? What happened? We've crashed. We're doing a speed test.
Well, we've made it so much worse.
Fancy them not giving us this quick kit at the start there.
Yep.
I mean, that's really annoying.
There's a rust preventative there.
I'm going to use this because it's so much easier. Actually, it's impossible. God damn it. That's why we need a hoist.
One day.
See, if I had a 4-poster hoist, I'd have done it on the hoist.
Yep. Jimny's too small, I can't roll over.
You just doing the last few up, are you?
Trying to get the shot bolt in, but I needed 2 hands and I couldn't get into the right body position for 2 hands. But I've done it now. Whew. I feel like tonight's going to be a sleep by 8:30 kind of night.
Well, you'll usually fall asleep. Pretty early on.
Yeah.
Just in the shock, are you?
And then the rear one.
Bend the spanner, man.
Ah, I've been stuck then. There we go.
Better to be spanner man than disaster man, man. There's a lot of grunting going on. I should fire up the air compressor. Done. Done.
Done.
Done, done, done.
Here we are. But we didn't use the entire time.
No. So we're definitely sure everything's tight.
Yeah.
Because that's rather important. Cool. Good job, Ben. Ben,
Yes.
do you know what time it is?
Test drive.
Yes! It's test drive time! Hoo-hoo! Do you reckon it's going to fix it?
Better fix it.
Should we place our bets? All the theory stacks up. Especially the fact that it didn't have this wandering problem when the trailer was on the back. Because the back of the vehicle was so heavily pushed down, the rear suspension so squashed, that it rotated that front axle. And all of a sudden we get that.
A really easy way we could test that theory on and off is just put you in the back seat.
Look, I know there's more of me now than there ever used to be.
Mm.
But
You're the biggest man you've ever been in your life.
I am. But in my defence, some of that, not all, some's due to cider, I understand that, but some of it is due to the analysis of the pies around New Zealand. It's a sacrifice that I've made on behalf of the viewers to... You like that, don't you? I do try to throw a few Clarkson bits in. On your behalf, so that you don't have to go to a pie shop not knowing, is the pie going to be any good? You can now go knowing that the pie is either going to be fantastic or crap. If it's crap, you just go somewhere else. It's as simple as that. Hey, did you know that Irvin's Pies and Mackenzie Pies, two huge pie companies in New Zealand, owned by an Australian company, closed down?
Yes.
They closed a factory in Auckland and a factory in Oamaru. A loss of 90 jobs. Could you imagine 90 people doing nothing but make pies all day long? Every day. It's a lot of pies. It's more pies than we could eat. There's a challenge. Right, Ben, go find the keys. I've got to get the camera set up at the back of the poo turtle, and we'll hit the road. Here we go. Funny noise. Yeah, that's somebody's wire down there. What's she like?
What kind of funny noise?
Oh, I didn't know what it was. I thought maybe it caught on the roof or something. Okay, but I think it was just the aerial had gone twang.
Okay, so not a mechanical clunk like we forgot to do something up.
No.
Well, that's good.
Right, ready?
Yes.
For this momentous occasion. Just put that further down. Okay. Let's go further forward. There we are. Okay, and clear away?
Yep.
No children?
No children.
Okay. Okay. Just don't know. It's made a profound difference to the angle of the axle, hasn't it? Isn't it?
Very noticeable.
But to be fair, it might well need a wheel alignment now, because it will have affected the toe and everything.
Yeah, but it shouldn't have affected that at all, should it? But you measure the toe on the horizontal, and the horizontal has changed by 2.5 degrees. Yeah.
There'll be a marginal difference, won't there?
But at least it'll be the same difference on both sides.
Yes.
So it'll still be balanced, as it were, like it shouldn't fall to the left or the right.
Well, it still drives pretty straight. It's not yonking off to one side, is it?
No.
Hey! It definitely feels better. Even that little bit.
Cool.
I mean, you have to expect there is going to be some adverse handling, because we've got the original tyres on these little Jimneys are super narrow. And I think they've gone for that for a reason, to try and make it more drive like a car.
That, and I think fuel economy too.
And fuel economy, yeah, definitely. It doesn't seem, I mean, we've not done the 100k an hour test yet, but it doesn't seem quite as uncontrollable, horsey kind of thing, you know, where it wants to, go this way, no, that way.
Doesn't have a mind of its own.
Not quite so much. Okay, here we go. Third gear. Hurry up! Hurry up! Oh, for God's sake. It goes well.
It goes alright, yeah.
It goes alright. For a little Jeep, it goes surprisingly well. So, is it as lively? I don't think it's as lively. It doesn't feel... I mean, there's still a bit of wonder, but it's not a dart into the ditch kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely improved it. Let me just
slow down a bit and give a bit of a gap between this guy and because he obviously doesn't know what 100 kilometers an hour is yet.
No behind, isn't it?
Yeah, well there is. He's coming up, but I need a bit of a gap. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
80, 85, 88, 90, 95, 100 kilometers an hour in third gear, and he's still going. I remember actually driving when I did put the Suzuki Swift. It does still 100k an hour. It's still a bit, isn't it? You can feel it. When I put the Suzuki Swift GTI 16-valve engine in George II,
Yeah.
and then went down the A64 to do a speed test.
Yeah.
And we decided that once we got to 120 miles an hour, it wasn't if, but it was when we were going to crash.
Yeah, that's pretty quick in a little Suzuki. That's plenty quick.
And I was taking up both lanes. It was like doing this. I just could not keep the thing in a straight line. It was just all over the road.
Yeah.
Just did not want to go straight. Yeah, so 120 kilometers an hour. So that's about 7. Was it 120 mile an hour? I think it was what we were doing. It was shifting. It was really shifting. It went well. It's definitely a lot better behaved at up to 90 k's an hour.
Which, to be honest, is where Mum's going to spend most
It
of
is.
the time.
I mean, the proof of the pudding will be the feedback that we get after she's driven it a few times, because she drives it a lot more than I do.
Yes.
But it does feel a lot more that you're in control.
Yeah.
That you could, I'm deciding where I want to go on the road. It's not.
Yeah.
I mean, they are renowned for not having the best handling anyway, these little Jeeps. And this is because as you approach the same wheelbase as track, so you end up with a square vehicle, it completely destroys the handling on the vehicle.
Yep.
So once you get to that ratio, it doesn't work. And they can't be that far off. Especially with these wider wheels. Can't be a lot in it. But I think a wheel alignment now, with maybe a little bit more toe in, because is it toe in or toe out? It should be toe out because it's front wheel drive and rear wheel drive. But when you're on the road, you only ever drive in rear wheel drive, so you can class it as a rear wheel drive car.
Yeah.
So it should be toe in, and then the wheels get pushed out once all the bushes take the load, you see. Because you should end up with zero toe once you're on the move.
Okay.
Unless there's something fundamentally wrong with the design of the car, and then they tend to compensate with toe, and that just scrubs your tyres. That wasn't too bad, was it?
No, it felt pretty good.
I mean, did you notice, from your perspective as a passenger, did it feel any different?
Yes. It felt... I don't actually think I've ever gone for a spin on it when it was stock, but it felt kind of like the Swift used to be, but not... Like, it was a bit worse than the Swift, but a lot better than this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely better behaved up to about 90 k's an hour, and then above 90 then it starts to get a little bit jittery again. I mean, it's fine at the moment, it's fine.
I suppose another way you could tell is watch some of the footage back to back of how much we're swaying with our bodies.
Yeah. Smacking our head against the side of the truck as it veers off the road. Oh, there goes the rain.
Yep. We should get your dust extractor in before it gets too wet.
That's the next job, isn't it?
Yep.
Right, I think we're done.
Yeah.
Back to the workshop then. That would be nice.
Well, there you go, crew. The Jimny is a lot better than it was before after fitting the Old Man Emu Castor correction kit. Part number is, just for reference again, OME CA001 for the Suzuki Jimny Generation 4. And thank you, Ben, for all your help today. Much appreciated. Ben's busy on social media at the moment. If you enjoyed the video, then why not click on the subscribe button? That way you can ring the bell and YouTube will message you, send you a notification whenever I upload any new videos. I'm hoping that now this third part to the lift kit installation on the Jimny is hopefully the final part of this particular saga. We weren't really aware of the problem until after we finished the adventure drive across New Zealand with the little monkey bike. But Business Mechanic's been complaining ever since that it just didn't handle right. And hopefully you could see in the video there was a lot less sort of sudden veering off the road that it was doing previously. The kit itself, easy to install, apart from the fact getting the old bushes out was a little bit hit and miss because we're using sockets rather than dedicated drivers for the bushes to extract them. And of course those plastic sleeved bushes in the kit, I'm really not a fan. I aren't. On the second arm, which we didn't film, they went in a lot easier, and the trick with it was to make sure there is absolutely no corrosion, no burrs, no nothing on the arm. And you saw on the first one where I cleaned it off with some memory cloth. That is a critical part that you need to do before you fit the bushes. And don't be tempted to put any grease on the outside of those bushes before you press them in. The manufacturer, Old Man Emu, stipulate very, very clearly you must not do that. I imagine that because it's plastic, there's less force keeping the bush aligned to the arm itself once it's installed. And if there's grease in there as well, you might find that the bush might start to move within its socket in that arm. So please don't do that either. Okay, crew, you'll also find me on Facebook and Twitter. You used to be able to find me on Instagram, but somebody's stolen my account for now. So if you see any posts from my Instagram account, it's not me, unfortunately. I've not been able to get that account back yet. Work in progress. Now, if you'd like to support the channel, you can do that through Patreon or through PayPal. On the Patreon, you can send a one-off donation, or you can do a monthly subscribe to that, and there's various photos and stuff that keep going up on there. With PayPal, it's the standard PayPal login, and send it to andyMechanic@live.co.uk. Don't send it as a donation. You have to now be a registered charity to use that facility. Just send it through as a payment, and rest assured, any funds that come through, and we're always very grateful to see them pop through, and we don't get that many, but when we do, we're very, very happy to receive them, and the money always gets spent on future videos. Okay, crew, well, it's goodbye from me. Ben?
Adios.
There you go, crew. See you next time. Cheers. Over and out.
And you get the flip again.
Oh!